This is a reverse captain's mode for Dota is Hard in-houses. We are a friendly bunch of Australian and New Zealand players, just looking to have a fun time and just generally play some Dota. Yeah. Let me change to the pics overlay. Super duper pro. Although it looks kind of funky when no one's loaded up. It'll be up, guys, don't worry.
Radiant team ban.
Alright, so, of course, being a reverse captain's mode draft, you want to ban the heroes that you don't want to play. So, basically, people always ban out heroes like Meepo, Visage, Chen, heroes that are usually actually pretty decent if you can play them well, but a lot of people can't play them well. So, and we already see the Medusa and the Meepo banned out. Of course, the Medusa having, I believe, the lowest stat gain in the entire game. And she really needs a lot of farm and a lot of items to start carrying. See what the Radiant decide to ban out next.
10 seconds remaining.
Really thinking hard about who they don't want.
5 seconds remaining.
I think it's actually quite a bit harder to draft and ban the reverse CM because it's about a lot of people can play heroes like Spirit Breaker and generally heroes that are banned out in this mode. It's more about picking a team for your enemy that has absolutely no synergy. You can give them a top tier carry pick. As long as there's no one else that they can possibly combo with, they're not going to do very well. Like you might give them a gyrocopter, but then have absolutely no other stuns on their team apart from that missile that Gyro has. So there's no way for him to catch up. There's no way for him to do that massive team fight damage because the other team can just turn around and run away.
10 seconds remaining.
And we do see the Huskar banned out. So no one wanting to go on a suicide mission.
Reserve time.
Going into reserve time already in the first stage of the bans. Oh no. Fuck.
Radiant team pick.
My apologies, guys. I didn't turn on my open mic setting, so it's on the stream, and it should have been working, but apparently it wasn't working in game. So thank you for bringing that to my attention in the chat. So you should be able to hear me now. Sorry about that, guys. Of course, people on the stream could always hear me, just mumbling and
10 seconds remaining.
But now people actually in-game can hear me too. So, hello.
5 seconds remaining.
And yes, I agree. A bit of an odd ban with the Shadow Fiend. He's pretty much a top tier, well, not a top tier pick. I'll put him in kind of second tier. And the Witch Doctor being picked up, so that's already a range and intelligence hero. And it looks like Reverse CM has a bit of an odd picking stage where for some reason Gaia gets 3 picks in a row, according to the UI in the middle. That's kinda weird. But alright.
10 seconds remaining.
Alright, so you can hear me fine now. VXXV.
5 seconds remaining.
We can see the Witch Doctor.
Reserve time.
Yes, we are doing the join Dota rules, so it's, yeah, 1 strength, 1 int, 1 ag, 1 range, so it's proper ATOD rules.
Spectre.
Yeah, Spectre! Woo! I finally get to cast a game with my namesake. Now, the Morphling pickup is kind of interesting. I'm guessing that they're going to go for the all-carry strategy. Because Morphling is generally, like, even after the nerf, how he can't cast during waveform, and his morph is
Someone's dropped
mana.
out like a kid in school.
I still think he's a strong hero, and he is picked up occasionally by teams like
10
Ignitus,
seconds remaining.
to play in that carry role. He's a great split farming carry that has early game nukes. So it'll be interesting to see what the other picks are.
Reserve time.
At the moment it is Morphling Spectre, so you'll probably see some more really stupid hard carries come out. Of course, Medusa already being banned out. It's just a bit of a worry giving them carries sort of like Void, because he does have that Chronosphere. It can be used to set up, you know, a Morphling waving through and Spectre sending a dagger through. I'm not sure if her Haunt Illusions get stopped by Chronosphere. That may be something I want to test out later. But this side still needs a Strength and an Intelligence hero. They do have a range hero in Morphling, even though his range is absolutely terrible. He does still count as a range hero. Axe is picked up. Pretty good pick. He won't do much, but I'm kind of afraid that they're giving them too many stuns. If Witch Doctor comes in with a cask, and then Axe can either blink in or just even walk up and use a Berserker's Call, then I think they may be able to be locked down and have just Sniper wailing on them. So a bit of synergy, even though they aren't the best heroes, whereas Morphling Spectre, waveform and a dagger isn't too horrifying. And a Wisp. So giving him a bit of support, maybe, you know, Wisp can overcharge with Spectre, and the Tether Stun, of course, goes over a long area. It isn't a reliable stun, especially with the heroes there, but a lot of people also not knowing how to play Wisp. Not usually the best utilized hero, but they do also have the strength. So over on the side of the Dire, we already have our categories met. So the official ATOD rules are 1 strength, 1 agility, 1 intelligence, and at least 1 ranged hero. So a lot of people try and pick 4 melee, 1 range, and that 1 range having a terrible range, like, you know, Morphling or Luna or Obsidian Destroyer. Well, sorry, no, Outworld Devourer. I can never get used to saying his name like that. Just OD. And we'll see some more bans come out. So the Ursa is banned. Not wanting to play as Ursa, I guess, even though the Ursa would combo pretty well with the Wisp. I guess they're just fearing that kind of 5 carry roll. The Wisp will pretty much be buying all the courier and wards. And at the moment, it would be Witch Doctor taking it up for the Dire side. We see the Phantom Assassin and out, so no more carry. And Razor, he had his heyday quite a few patches ago, usually picked up by the Chinese quite a lot. Not really in Dota 2, it was still in original Dota that he was being used a lot. But a very underutilized hero. A lot of people don't skill him very well. I actually like to max Static Link almost first, because denying your opponents that much attack damage in lane can really mess up their last hits, and you can also use it with Razor being a range hero to harass them quite a lot in the early stage. I actually got absolutely taken apart by a Razor middle lane 1 vs 1 in one of the AR games I was playing the other day. All he was doing was spamming out his lightning field and stealing all my damage. Is absolutely terrible to play against, even with a bottle. And they kind of need to think about messing up the lanes as well. At the moment, you can send Sniper middle, you can send Axe into the jungle or the lane, you can send Witch Doctor to babysit someone if need be. I'd really like them to kind of pick a lot of slow heroes, or just heroes that are generally terrible in the off lane. And the Alchemist is banned out. Alchemist is probably actually my favorite carry in the game. Can get insane amounts of farm, and when you're in his ultimate form you have a 1.0 base attack time. It's completely insane. You just sit there hitting 3 times a second, and if you manage to farm, even if you don't manage to farm in the very early game, you can catch up so quickly with Groovel's Greed. Get up a, you know, a Mjolnir on him, get up an AC, get up a Basher, and you're pretty much set. You can just wail on heroes all day. And the Pugna band out. Also a pretty decent pick, but very, very squishy, and can really go down to burst a lot. Even though these heroes don't have great synergy in an ability sense, they still have a decent amount of burst. And you don't want you don't want Pugna getting hit for half his health from an assassinate at the very beginning of a fight. Another problem with Pugna is, even though he has very good base damage and very high base movement speed, a lot of his spells you need to get in quite close to use. That Decrepify has a decent range on it, but the Nether Blast is really, you really have to kind of run almost in the middle of the fight to cast that.
5 seconds remaining.
But I suppose that's what the base damage and the large base attack
Reserve time.
speed is for. We're just waiting on the final band of the die, and it is the Faceless Void, so
Radiant team pick.
I guess not really worried about the utility of Chronosphere, and they just don't want all carry game. We'll see what will be picked up for the Radiant side. At the moment, Morphling, Spectre, Wisp. So Morphling has a bit of AoE, and if Spectre can throw a dagger out on a couple of people,
10
Wisp
seconds
with the spirits,
remaining.
but still, they're quite single target
5
focused.
seconds remaining.
I'd like to see a bit more of that coming out, so you know, someone really
Reserve
single
time.
target. I'm trying to think of who would fit in poorly with the lineup they have.
Anti-mage.
Anti-mage
Dire
being
team
picked
pick.
out for the Dire. So, at the moment we have Witch Doctor that can lock them down, an Axe that will probably be going for a blink, and an Anti-mage that has a blink already. So, at the moment, I'm going to give the advantage to the Dire side. Just because they seem to have a bit more synergy. Ancient Apparition.
Radiant team pick.
Another quite weak support, and one that will be easily burst down by Sniper Axe Anti-Mage. It'll be quite interesting to see how they lane them as well, because it looks like the Radiant side doesn't have a very good mid hero. They can send Morphling there, maybe pull some regen, or even if Morphling just grabs some early branches and Tango's morphs a bit to agility for that base damage. I'm guessing that the Dire will send Sniper mid, so
5 seconds
if he just goes headshot, he should be able to harass any one of these heroes out of lane
Reserve time.
pretty much instantly. As for offlaners, both teams don't really have an excellent hero to go there. Axe could maybe offlane to the
10
Dire side,
seconds
just
remaining.
because he is rather tanky. You can always creep skip with his
5 seconds
Helix.
remaining.
Just generally pull creeps back to the tower and don't have a good chance of dying. And a Lich comes out
Dire
as well.
team pick.
So we have two decent long-range initiators in the Witch Doctor and Lich. And they do have, you know, they are supportish heroes. Again, two supports on the side of the Radiant. But I don't know, I'm still giving the advantage to the Dire because they can easily prioritize Anti-Mage. No one else
10
needs
seconds
nearly
remaining.
as much farm as him, because the Sniper is going to be going mid lane and
5 seconds
fall into
remaining.
more of a ganking role. And they would probably want to get some farm up on the Axe, maybe have a Witch Doctor
Reserve
Lich.
time.
Oof, I don't know, they would probably go Anti-Mage Witch Doctor. Possibly Lich as well top lane if they wanted to try lane it. They could use him to just use Sacrifice on the creeps and really deny that Radiant off lane. I think we're going to have a pretty fun game. Lots of icy heroes, lots of watery heroes.
10 seconds remaining.
Lots of shiny heroes. I'd really like to see them
5
pick up
seconds
another carry for the side of the Radiant. They already have Morphling, Spectre, Io, and Ancient Apparition. Don't really need much. And then Necrolite is picked up. So another intelligence hero, maybe wanting to use that for the Mana Void as a target. We'll see how it goes. It'll be very interesting to see how they decide to lane this. I must say, indeed. And who do you get, Spectre? I don't know what you're trying to say there. Trying to say that I should get a better HUD or what? I don't know. But here are the teams. We're just waiting for them to all pick their heroes, and then I can switch it over. Back to the normal screen. Everyone taking quite a bit of time to pick their heroes.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
It does usually take a bit longer in reverse captain's mode, simply because people have to decide which heroes to use. And switch over to the in-game. And here we go. On the Necrolite, we have Swingcool. On the Morphling... Ooh, no, sorry, they've swapped. On the Necrolite, Hudibaba. On the Morphling, Swingcool. On the Wisp, Eury.
I owe you one!
Gecko, and on the Ancient Apparition K. On the side of the Dire we have Flying Petals on the Sniper, Jeffury on the Anti-Mage, AMD AC on the Axe, terrieee on the Witch Doctor, and D on the Lich. A pretty cool courier, I must say. It's got the diatide kind of spiderweb effect on that badger there. And just a normal Mighty Boar on the side of the Radiant. Radiant certainly winning the courier race so far.
30 seconds to go.
Looks like Spectre's going to be going that easy lane farm role from the item. Ancient Apparition, Wisp pretty normal. Morphling, pretty standard build. He may be going mid lane. And a magic stick up on Necro, so possibly going the off lane for him. He may stay, do a tri lane. They are sending that axe off lane. Sniper middle, and
here we go.
Doctor and Anti-Mage top lane. It's a really good thing if you're playing Lich, basically in any lane you go. Skill sacrifice first, and you can take out a creep. Very, very early on. So we'll see if D decides to do that, or whether they're just going to... Yep, and there we go. So he also takes out the range creep, so this wave here is not going to have any sort of pushing power at all. And we do see the Necrolite going off lane, so I was right with that pickup of the magic stick. Sniper has managed to block a bit better than the Morphling. I'm not sure if the Morphling blocked it all, as they were in the jungle area right here. And choosing to go waveform first, so not able to morph any stats into his last hitting power, so just sitting at 44 damage. Of course, Sniper not the best last hitter, but it looks like picked up a Wraith Band and some branches to compensate for this. Sniper also with a near instant projectile. See Ancient Apparition trying to zone out the Axe a bit. This tri-lane on the bottom, I don't think Axe is actually going to get the opportunity to creep skip.
First blood, folks.
Ooh, and we see first blood. Missed it.
Oh, yeah.
But the Necro goes down on the top lane. It looks like we had just a simple kind of attack damage. I should check my stream chat. I'll pop it out. Let me go to Twitch. Pop out. There we go. Very nice. Try not to clog up this chat too much if you can. Like, I don't mind you talking a little bit, but it's better to go into the Twitch chat if you can. And we see a bit more aggression from the Ancient Apparition. And this Necrolite is really playing up in an aggressive position. If he's going to be sitting there, he needs a ward up in this area. You can see Witch Doctor just coming around now with the Maledict and stun. He should just be able to get off some free harass damage here with 58 base damage. It's quite a lot of harass damage as well. Now, the pool camp hasn't been stacked or pulled at the moment, and we do see Lich rotate the bottom, down bottom to help out this Axe. Obviously thinking that the offlane Necro isn't going to really be able to achieve much. They are, right? Just the Witch Doctor alone is able to zone him out. And with the Witch Doctor picking up boots as well, it's going to be even harder for Necro to stay in that lane. Ancient Apparition actually going for that Chilling Touch first level. A lot of people skip this, but with recent buffs, it's actually 50 extra magic damage on each hero's attack. So if you put that in a tri-lane and manage to hit all 3 heroes in that kind of AoE area, you get a lot of damage coming out in just 2 or 3 hits. We do see Spectre leading the way in last hits, and we see a bit of a dive. Looks like he's got Maledict there. I see, so apparently the stack was blocked. Yeah, they did dive on that Necro a bit, but he's able to heal up enough with the Death Pulse and Magic Stick charges. And we see a bit of a dive on Ancient Apparition here. He is slowed by that Battle Hunger from Axe. With the they're gonna have to actually hit the tether. Yes, they finally hit the tether, and you can see the Chilling Touch damage coming out there. And Spectre is going to be able to pick up a kill on Axe after Ancient Apparition barely escapes. So a good pickup there, and it looks like Necrolite died on top as well. They're completely missing that with the chase at bottom. So if we take a quick look at the scoreboard, we already have 2 deaths up on the Necrolite and 2 kills up on the Witch Doctor. Still 1 ward on the Wisp, and Spectre has gone for a 4-man shield, so not opting for that Vanguard build that you often see.
Dire's bottom tower's getting the
is
business.
going back to this off lane again. Jeffury not too far behind the Spectre at the moment, and it looks like Morphling Morphling picks up the Illusion Room before he sends his model out. But with the start that they've had at top, looks like Witch Doctor's rotated, no sorry, Axe is rotated into the jungle, and Witch Doctor is currently just sitting in base. Not sure what he's waiting on. Looks like he's just buying up some items and then gonna TP out. Wisp doing some harass damage on the Lich down at bottom. Of course he does have that sacrifice so he can deny some experience and last hits to the Spectre lane. We do see the Morphling and Sniper surprisingly even in the mid lane. With so much morphed into agility, you have to be really careful of that Snipe. 1 more ultimate and he could actually go down here. He does bottle up, so he does have to be careful of that though. If you morph too much into agility to last hit, that flat damage assassinate with 2000 range can really take you down. And he actually waves forward with a couple of headshots and an assassinate. He should be able to get this, but he stops auto-attacking. He could have actually gone for a kill there, just probably 2 more auto-attacks and an assassinate and they'll be dead. It looks like Necro's in a very bad spot here, getting hit up by the Mana Break of Anti-Mage, which is at level 1. It looks like AM's going for a bit of the burning build. He's got 1 point in each skill, and then his skilled stats.
Not by a long shot.
Looks like they have stacked this up and they're denying the wave off now. So pulling the creep equilibrium a lot further back in wave Spectre, who is now up at 31 last hits. A little bit of support love happening in the jungle with Witch Doctor using his they do spot out the Morphling rotation with the ward here. Unfortunately, Morphling not using the invisibility rune fast enough, and they're going to be able to catch out the Necrolite here with a Battle Hunger and stuff. Will they get the Anti-Mage in return? And meanwhile, Lich goes down the bottom, the Necrolite and the Witch Doctor drop on top. So we see Morphling hitting up on this Axe. Will he be able to get it with 1 more waveform? He does. A double kill for the Morphling early on. This is what I was saying before. Morphling is actually a good hero. If you can morph stats early on and get up a decent attack damage, he can do a lot of damage in the mid game and then transition into a late game carry if you get up a, Linken's Ethereal Blade is the usual build. Some people prefer to go Butterfly Manta. Got a lot of opportunity there, and it looks like Necro is going to get assassinated, but he manages to heal up enough health, living on 15 HP. Excellent use of the salve, I believe, there, judging from the green swirls that were coming out. Ancient Apparition has just left that 1 point in Chilling Touch, yes, and the stick as well, at 0 charges. We see Anti-Mage with a ring of health, so it does look like he's going into that Battle Fury build, but he is a little bit behind in last hits at the moment. Probably won't see an excellent timing for it, but still decent enough. Morphling just hanging out at top rune at the moment, hoping for it to spawn here. Meanwhile, we have the 2 heroes in mid. And there we go, double damage rune spawns for Morphling at the top. So he might go on this top lane. One thing is even, oh no, the ward was replaced. So we see some pings come out. It looks like they're going to try and go on this anti-mage, but with the stat and blink build, I don't think they're going to be able to catch him. And anti-mage should be able to tell this from his aggressive stance. And Morphling picks up a kill. Just from a simple waveform. Sorry, I was replying to a Steam message just then, so I missed the double damage pop. And a wave in. Meanwhile, Anti-Mage blinks into the trees and he should be able to escape.
Getting beat down.
The Illusion Axe doing some work counter-helixing these creeps. And Necrolight's Death Pulse able to take out the rest. We do see a TP in from the Axe. And it looks like he might try on these heroes with Witch Doctor support. We take a quick... Ooh, looks like Axe... No, he's just going for camp. Take a quick look at the XP graph. It's 1k in the way of the Dire and ooh, only about 400 gold, so still very even at the moment. It is 5-3 in kills. It does look like that Raiden is making a more use of the farm than the Dire is. And with this Spectre and Lich at the bottom, what's going to happen? And another kill for the Morphling with the Wisp helping out. Wisp and Morphling tearing it up. As I was saying, the Wisp was a bit of a risky pick. The Overcharge and Tether, it's going to be a very good combination if Morphling can get this early farm. Already at 1.6k with the treads up. So I really hope that he goes straight into the Ethereal Blade. There are a lot of heroes that he could blow up. If he just waves in and snipe, he can take him out very, very easily. Sniper coming in.
Radiant's top tower's taking hits.
Sort of going on Morphling for a little bit, but he's not going to. Meanwhile, Morphling picks up the Illusion Rune. It looks like they might try go in behind.